My name is Brian Temple, and I'm the author of Product of STL. So, Product of STL is a photography book, if you will. The goal of the book is to highlight, a few things around St. Louis that might be unique, some things that we kind of see every day, but maybe not like those, typical things that we know St. Louis for. The story that kind of stuck out to me when photographing all these things was that each of the art pieces or architecture in the book all had something to do with me growing up, have some sort of sentimental value to me. So one of the subjects in the book is the hostess. One of the subjects in the book is the hostess sign, or the hostess factory that used to exist on North Broadway and East Taylor Avenue. I decided to photograph this because if you grew up anywhere on the north side or anywhere in the city, you might have known that the hostess factory, there used to be a hostess factory on the north side, and they used to produce a lot of hostess products. And I used to go there every weekend with my parents, get some fresh donuts, some bread. And I think the thing that stood out the most to me is that no matter how far away you were, you could kind of always smell the bakery. So it's a pretty cool thing I wanted to highlight. The factory is no longer there, but the sign is still there. So I thought it was pretty cool to get a photo of it. So I started working on the book in April of 2019. Started off taking photos, every couple weeks, every weekend that I could. And then I spent, probably like the first half of the summer, wrapping all that up. So I finished my photos around June. And then I took the time to edit all my favorite photos, probably a month or two. And then after that, I went into composing the book. So all in total, it probably took me about 6 months or so. And I spoke earlier about just kind of writing things down and, actually getting the idea out of your head, because I actually had the idea for the book in 2017. I didn't start on the book until 2019. So it was just a matter of staying disciplined and getting those thoughts out. So I think I've always naturally kind of liked photography, especially with the rise of phones and just seeing photos every day when you're on your phone. And then my background is in architecture. That's what I do for a profession. And so oftentimes we're kind of looking at the environment, we're looking at nice photos or renderings of things. So I thought photography was pretty interesting, and I recently got into it as of last year. I think even if you are from St. Louis or if you aren't from St. Louis, you might learn a few things about things around the city. I got a couple fun facts in here, and it may encourage you to kind of explore the city more, visit some things, and then ultimately maybe the book may inspire you to do a similar type of project. Advice for anyone, any artist, I would just say, kind of write down what you want to do, get it outside of your head and just start writing it down and get something tangible in front of you, and then just start the project. I think that's the biggest thing. I think we're all creatives, but at the end of the day, sometimes we kind of box in our creativity. And so one of the biggest things for me was actually first getting the camera. Once I got the camera, there really was no more excuses for the thoughts and the ideas that I have for the book. I'll be having a book signing for the book. That'll be January 25th. That's a Saturday, and it's from 1 to 4 p.m. at Afro Art Gallery in Ferguson, Missouri. So you can purchase the book online as well on my website, productofstlouis.com. You can reach out to me on there. You can email me at productofstlouis@gmail.com. And then you can also find me on Instagram at BJ Lamont.